We now have the piano relocated to a little bit better location, although we still need to get it up off the dolly. I've degreased and re-lubricated the mechanism on it. So let's first take a look at the different parts of the mechanism. This is a pneumatic actuator for the soft bass control. This, when vacuum is applied to this deflates and pushes the bass part of the hammers closer to the strings to make it softer. This is the vacuum regulator for the motor, and this lever here is connected to the tempo control. And that just varies the amount of vacuum going up this hose here to the motor. The motor's got 5 vacuum or 5 pneumatic things on it there that inflate and deflate alternately to provide a motion, kind of like the pistons in a car engine. And then these are valves which open and close, and these alternately admit air, which allows the pneumatic to deflate, or when it closes, vacuum is provided into it and it contracts back up, and that alternate contracting and deflating provides the motive power here. And that's transferred through this chain down to the mechanism. And we've got the play and the rewind control. And in the rewind mode, power comes in through this shaft here in the middle. It bypasses the take-up gear and goes up through this chain up to the supply spool to rewind the roll. Then in the play position, the power is transferred down to the take-up reel gear, and this brake up here is applied to the supply reel. The brake helps keep tension on the roll so that it maintains good contact with the tracker bar. And this here is the automatic tracking compensation system. You notice at the end of the roll, on each side are 4 sensors. And right now the roll is exactly in the center position, so these 2 sensors on the outside are equally half covered. If the roll starts to drift, the sensor holes become uncovered, and either the top part or the bottom part of the compensating mechanism is activated. When vacuum is applied, it goes down, and when the hole opens up and the vacuum is released, it goes up. And it moves this cam here, and the cam pushes the roll either to the left or right. See, the cam can move that way or this way, and it pushes the roll either left or right to keep it straight lined up on the tracker bar holes, because if it's not, it'll start to drift off the holes and can even switch into a different key because the data holes are going into a different set of perforations on the tracker bar. All this had a lot of grease on it, a lot of black grease, so I degreased it using paint thinner and a Q-tip, and then I re-lubricated with Zoom Spout. This mechanism here is the automatic rewind system. When vacuum is applied, this contracts, and it pulls the operating lever into the rewind position at the end of the roll. So now let me start the roll. I think this one ought to play pretty well. There was just a little bit of mistracking in that roll, but not anything too bad. I think I got most of the major problems solved, which was, one of them was that the roll was tearing at the edge when rewinding, and getting the automatic tracking compensation in line really helped with that, because the paper doesn't end up wandering on the take-up spool, and that led to some of those problems. And then degreasing and re-lubricating and adjusting. There's an adjustment here which you can loosen this screw and get this bottom spool lined up. I got it lined up better with the supply spool, so it's playing a lot better now that I've made all those adjustments and degreased and re-lubricated it.